I've been thinking a lot about death lately, and I guess it's been permeating everything I've been doing, and I just can't stop thinking about it. I I recently read The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Tolstoy, and it's kind of shook up a lot of, yeah, it just kind of shook me up a bit. Essentially, the theme of the novel is about um, living an insincere life, I guess, and then basically just wasting your life away. Because in the novel, I mean, he's like a respected judge in the Russian, or like in like yeah, he's like a judge basically, and he but as he's dying, he just kind of feels resentment towards everything around him, and the reason is because he didn't live a life that was true to himself. So he just hates everything around him. Um, he's resentful of his family because they're kind of ignoring the fact that he's dying, or they at least they don't want to really actively acknowledge it, which I guess is understandable, but still. But the novel ends essentially that basically as he's at death's doorstep, it says that he's not resentful of them anymore. He just feels bad for them. So I guess there's just a moment of clarity there at the very end. But just I've had more perspective now of how short life really is, and um how we're just fucking wasting it on shit that just doesn't matter. Just stuff like feeling bitter towards other people, or at least I do. At least I have a hard time letting go of the past. I just have these thoughts that just repeat over and over in my head. I can't really seem to get rid of them. And like, yeah, I know it's a waste of time, but I just can't. I just can't seem to do away with it. What else? But yeah, I also like stuff like I've just worked jobs that I've hated. I recently was a substitute teacher. I subbed for a middle school, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Honestly, I hated how imprisoning it felt, and just yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here in a middle school? I fucking hate this. I'm just wasting my life away, just babysitting these kids so they don't throw stuff at each other. Like they don't want to be there, I don't want to be there. The whole thing was just kind of Kafkaesque. But another thing that I'm reminded of is I read The Idiot by Dostoevsky. And Dostoevsky was almost executed, or he was put through a mock execution. And in The Idiot, he kind of describes it. He describes what it felt like, and basically just stuff like he felt like immense gratitude to just be alive, and then he thought like that he would make the most of life and he wouldn't waste a single moment. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so in the novel he describes another character, and it says like Prince Michigan says that this other character there describes. He said he wouldn't waste a single moment, that he'd make the most of life. And then another character asks, did he actually do that? And then Prince Michigan, so basically Dostoevsky's insertion to the novel, says, no, he didn't live that way at all. He wasted many minutes. So just how even after that, we just kind of revert to our natural habits of just, resentment, envy, bitterness, not feeling appreciative for what we have around us. Yeah, that really stuck with me. um, yeah, I guess we're just cursed. I guess to just. I mean, happiness isn't really the point of life. We're not really meant to be happy. It's just I don't know. Just got me thinking about it. I mean, like we're all just gonna die one day. Everything we know is gonna come to an end, and we just keep going to our jobs that we hate, and we just keep doing all this meaningless shit. Just it's kind of amazing, honestly, how we tolerate all of it. But and we're not all just freaking out. I don't know. I guess that's all I really had to say. I don't know if dying young is really. I mean, like you're gonna die anyways. I don't know if it's really tragic to die young. I mean, I think about people who threw themselves into situations that they almost certainly were going to survive. Like I was reading about ancient Carthage lately, and Carthage would hire mercenaries to wage their wars, and Basically, one time they couldn't pay the mercenaries that they hired, so they revolted against Carthage, and they lost, and they all got crucified by the Carthaginians. And I'm just thinking of, I don't know, I don't know what I would have done if I were one of them. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to do that, obviously, but I guess you're gonna die anyways. I know religion is like a good solution to that because usually it promises eternal life, or at least another life, but I have a hard time being religious. I've been an atheist for so long, it just doesn't really stick to me. Or it just doesn't really stick. But yeah. It's kind of amazing, though, how consciousness can just come from nothing. How I'm just here. I was nothing, then I'm here, and then I'm going to return to nothing. It's quite a mystery, I guess. I guess that's it. That's all I really had to say.